Today, I want to talk about how you can start a podcast with your iPhone for free. So if you haven't already heard, YouTube just rolled out their podcast for creators. Basically, it's a new tier that you can access through YouTube Studios that allows you to post podcasts. So in my opinion, this is probably the best time to start podcasting if you're already on this platform because it's super easy to set up and it is the biggest podcasting platform on the planet. So with that said, let's start talking about how can you create a free podcast just using your phone. So in this video, I'm going to talk about how you can do it for free, but I am going to give you some paid options, something that'll kind of help you get your production just a little bit to the next level. But if you're just starting out, the methods I'm going to talk about are perfectly fine. The hardest thing is starting. So if you just have your phone, just start filming and get some stuff out there. See what happens. Just get over that hump because once you start going, this gets easier. So the phone I'm going to use is my iPhone 14 Pro. I can get some pretty good footage right out of the box. Now you could just handhold this. My recommendation is at least get some kind of tripod, whether it's a bigger tripod that I have my camera on, or now I have a Manfrotto tripod with a newer phone holder. It's all right. This is something you can probably put your phone in pretty quick and just set it up somewhere or hold it however you want to do it. But you want to be able to lock off your footage somehow just to make it look decent. So as for apps, you're going to need something to capture your video and audio, and you're going to need something to edit your video with. What I would recommend is use your native camera app, whether it's on an Android or iPhone. So in my case, I have it set to 24 frames a second at 4K. Just do it whatever highest resolution you can do. As for editing your footage, I'm going to use Adobe's Premiere Rush. It's free. The only thing is you can't export at 4K. If you want to do that, you have to get the paid version. But for what I'm doing, 1080 is perfectly fine. Using Premiere Rush, I can add text, I can add photos. It's a pretty awesome editor and it's something I can do right on my phone. Now, because we're talking about video podcasting, being able to light your video is really important. And the reason why I say that is it's just gonna allow you to stand out a little bit from your background and it's not gonna look so amateurish, if you will. If you have a little bit of a budget, you can get something like the newer soft light or something fairly cheap. I think these lights go for like 50 bucks. I'll have some links below if you want to check it out. But having something will definitely help your video stand out a little bit more. For most of my videos that I shoot nowadays on YouTube, I use one light anyways. To me, I think it looks great. It does more than enough of a job. However, if you don't have the budget for a light setup yet, don't worry about it. A window works really well. Or even if you have like a white curtain to like diffuse the light a little bit, you can get some amazing footage just by using the light that you have from a window. Other thing that you're gonna have to pay really close attention to, and is probably the most important thing to really think about, is the audio. Audio is crucial. If you have really bad audio from your phone, or let's say you have a weird sounding room, you're gonna have a hard time selling your podcast to people because if it sounds cheap, people normally move on. If you have a little bit of extra money, I would recommend getting some kind of external microphone. You can get the Rode MEL. It's like a little shotgun condenser microphone you just plug into your phone, and it does a really good job picking up the audio from your voice. Or if you wanna have more of a sit-down style video podcast, you can get something like an Audio-Technica 2020 USB, and I think they're like $60. Again, I'll have the links below, check them out. You don't need a lot to get up and running, but it does make a huge improvement in sound quality. And like I said, it's so important because YouTube podcasts will put this on YouTube Music where it'll just be the audio. However, if you have a newer phone, you can probably get away with that audio. Older phones, you might have an issue with it. Worst case scenario, you can download DaVinci Resolve for free and use their AI audio cleanup for voiceovers. It's fantastic. I use it actually all the time for my videos. You have everything done, you're ready to edit. In my case, I'm gonna use Adobe Premiere Rush, and I'm gonna just bring everything in, I'm gonna cut everything down. Once I'm happy with the format in the video, I'm gonna export it. Now, we wanna put this under YouTube Podcasts, so go into your YouTube Studio section, click the upload button on the top right, and there you will see a new feature called Podcasts. Click on that. You wanna have a good title for your podcast, a description that people can understand what your podcasts are about, and then a square image, some kind of square photo that will be representing you in YouTube podcasts. And now the final step is you wanna add this video to the playlist that is marked as your podcast. So in this case, you click on the upload again, click on podcasts, it'll bring up your playlists. Select the playlist you want. In this case, I have Nick Iden's podcast. I'll select that, and that's it. It is now ready to go, and YouTube will recognize your podcast. I hope this is helpful because from my experience, like I said earlier on, the hardest thing is starting, and using your phone is the ultimate leveler. You can get up there, you can record something, you can get something posted right away, and you can see what happens and then take that information and iterate it. Every time you post, just make something 1% better. And before you know it, you're gonna have a full-out production and a following. So anyways, I hope this is helpful. Thank you very much. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments. Like, subscribe, all that stuff. And thank you. Take care, everyone.